Do you enjoy visiting weird and strange places? So do I! Join me while I explore the cute, the unique, the spooky, and the just plain fun places. Hi, I'm Little Miss Creepy, and these are my curious adventures.
Hey guys, Little Miss Creepy here, and I am standing in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and I bet some of you know why. But first, a little history. The year was 1966, and two young couples were out late one night. Just a bunch of kids out for a normal night of fun. Until it wasn't. Near the TNT area, these young couples would see something that would change their lives and the lives of others for years to come. They were chased by a strange creature, large and black, eyes that glowed red. Described as very tall, wingspan up to 10 feet, and when being chased with a car, very fast. Point Pleasant, West Virginia's very own cryptid, Mothman, the harbinger of doom. So what is Mothman? Is he a living cryptid? A government mutation? Some people think Chief Cornstalk's revenge. Who knows? Days to weeks, more and more people reported seeing the creature. Of course, there were skeptics. Is it a large crane? Is it a large owl? Many didn't think so. In fact, so many witnesses believed what they were seeing to be true that the creature became a household name. And that name? Well, thanks to the popularity of my favorite superhero, Batman, the newspapers gave the creature a name, Mothman. Today, Mothman is a countrywide phenomenon. Back in November of 1966, no one would have thought today, in 2025, that the legend of Mothman would draw thousands to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, just like me, to see the museum, the statue, and to attend the Mothman Festival. All because of one night. And that's pretty cool.
You can find the TNT area pretty easily, and it even has parking on the other side of the road. You look over, you can see a guardrail which has quite a bit of graffiti on it. Just step over that and walk down the pathway and you will find all the bunkers. This pathway of bunkers is open to the public. Our TNT Bus tour guide told us that not so long ago, a man was arrested for storing explosives in one of these bunkers. The unstable explosives blew off the top of the dome and slung the very heavy doors into the pond. This dome is open to the public on the same path that we were walking to see the others. While we were driving on the road leading up to the TNT area, I was thinking about what it must have been like that night. They were just out having fun, being young, and they had no idea the horror they were about to encounter and how it would change their lives and other lives and become a legend, and everybody would know about that night. The locals called the old World War II industrial land the TNT area. Located a few miles north of Point Pleasant, West Virginia today, this place is called McClintock Wildlife Management Area. With 3,655 acres, the area is made up of farmland, wetland, brushland, forest, and 31 ponds. Formerly used as ammunition manufacturing facility for the United States Army during the World War II from 1942 through 1945. After the war ended, the land was turned into a landfill. No longer occupied by the 3,500-ish employees, the area became a popular area for teens to visit and party around.
As I stated earlier, there was two young couples who fled that night for their lives. They were terrified. Their names are Roger and Linda Scarman, Steve and Mary Mallon. They saw a then unnamed creature on the side of the road near this TNT area. TNT area was one of the oldest World War II communication plants
they created explosives and ammunition. Hence why some people believe that the monster was possibly a government mutation. There was everything that could have leaked into the pond, leaked into the wildlife. Who knows? They would tell the police what they saw, but they didn't believe them. They thought they were crazy, on drugs, or drinking, or just making it up. But soon there'd be more and more sightings. There's even a story where a person saw the creature run off with their dog, then miles upon miles later, another person did say they saw a creature with the same exact dog. Two different stories, but related. The town was terrified. Children were not allowed outside. People were scared for their lives. And I don't blame them. Linda Scarberry herself said that she was terrified and she wished she herself did not see it that night, that it was somebody else that had saw it.
On November 15th, 1966, Roger and Linda Scarberry and their friends Steve and Mary Millett were out just being young kids when they would come across this creature at the TNT area. They would see a large creature that was black and had red eyes that were glowing. The creature was standing near the TNT area on the side of the road. Linda Scarberry would go on to describe the creature as being a slender and muscular man, but she could not describe the details of the face. She was hypnotized by the eyes. Frightened, they raced away, and the creature would actually follow them, hovering just above the car, screeching, and wings were slapping on the side of the car. When it reached over the car, it hit both sides and you could see the tips of the wings. They would eventually report the sighting to the police, who did not believe them at first, but soon everyone would believe them. 2 volunteer firemen saw the creature, but they described it a little differently. They said it was more like a large bird, but it also had the red eyes. Another eyewitness, Neil Patridge, reported to see the creature in a field. When he aimed the flashlight at the creature, its eyes shined bright, just like a bicycle reflector. Later, his dog would go missing after seeing the creature, a German Shepherd named Bandit. Later reporting would mention seeing the creature with a German Shepherd, though the dog was well past saving. Other witnesses report seeing the Mothman via their cars, both day and night, mostly near the TNT area or the Ohio River. Several witnesses reported Mothman in their fields, upsetting their livestock or their dogs. Robert L. Smith, a wildlife biologist, stated he believed there was a logical conclusion to what or who the Mothman is: a sandhill crane. The crane can be as tall as a man with a 7+ foot wingspan. And the eyes? Yep, they are a red color.
Right, because they could have easily got rid of all this after they were done. I think it's cool to have as a park. Yeah. Oh. You know, yeah, because I noticed the first one. Oh, I can't zoom out more. I noticed the first one didn't have a spotlight, so. Kind of filming me entering.
You can hear how it echoes while I'm in here. It's cooler in here. Like, you could feel the warmth. This is still early morning, but it was warm outside, September. It is cool in here. When people say they get a chill from paranormal activity, this is what I'm imagining. I don't know if you could hear my steps just now. It echoes in here. That is me stomping my foot. And I'm not even stomping it honestly that hard. I'm just putting my foot down.
The TNT location is now also a wildlife preserve, which is open to the public. It's a wildlife preserve now. But yeah, so the area now is a wildlife preserve. It says it's not maintained, but from where I'm from, this is very maintained. This is a gravel driveway. Easy walking. I can see the pond, the creek. I'm not quite, I think it's a pond. This is very maintained from where I'm coming from. Easy access to these bunkers. She did tell us in the tour that only on this pathway these bunkers are open. The others are active and obviously off limits at that point.
The Lowe Hotel, built in 1901, still stands, although it is temporarily closed at the moment, but it also plays its part in this Mothman lore. Back in 1966, men in black started showing up around the town. They even approached one of the journalists. Her name was Mary Hyre, of the Athens Messenger. They questioned her about her work. It's even said they kind of threatened her to stop. You can imagine she was very shook up.
She was also a manager at the office on 6th Street. She would write about the strange occurrences of Mothman in her newspaper column called Where the Waters Mingle. The men in black would sit outside her office. They also interrogated her coworkers, family, and friends. The sheriff had no authority to stop the harassment according to our tour guide. She is credited to having kept the public up to date with the Mothman and the UFO sightings going on in the town. Mary Hyre died at the age of 54 on February 15, 1970. For 27 years, she wrote at the Athens Messenger.
Over here, we have the Mothman Museum, opened in 2005. It is owned by Jeff Ramsey, who is the director of the Mothman Festival and the author of Behind the Red Eyes. What's incredible about this museum is its dedication to the evidence and articles from the very first sighting of Mothman. Another fun fact about the museum, it has this gift shop that has t-shirts, pins, buttons, books, posters, everything to do with the Mothman. I myself will be shopping in the gift shop very soon.
The Mothman statue, the Mothman Museum, and the Mothman mini golf are all right beside each other.
Finn, let me get what you want. Thank you.
Once I walked through the doors of the museum, of course my senses were overloading with the sight of all the exhibits and mannequins, but something caught my attention more. A show I loved as a child had an episode about the Mothman that was playing on their TV. This show is called Weird Travels. The show was my introduction to Mothman. Something about watching the clips while standing right there in the Mothman Museum made time stop for me. It's like I was sitting on the couch as a kid again, right around Halloween time, watching all of the haunted history shows. So much nostalgia hit me when I was not expecting it. The museum showcases various artifacts, including newspaper clippings and eyewitness accounts. Visitors can view a life-size Mothman statue and take photos with it. There are even rare documents about witnesses' testimonials. The museum aims to preserve local folklore and educate visitors about the Mothman phenomenon. Inside, you will find information about the key figures that gave us Mothman, such as John Keel, Mary Hyre, and the Scarberry Amulet. There is several photo op areas like Mothman statue, Men in Black mannequins, cutouts, old-fashioned cars, vintage cafe area, and more. There's even dedications to more modern things like the Mothman movie props, posters, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the most recent Build-A-Bear Mothman plushie. Mothman is often associated with the UFO sightings reported at Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It is unclear if they are related or just coincidental. So at the museum, there is also plenty of accounts preserving the extraterrestrial sightings that occurred around the town.
While there was all this excited hype and chatter, soon disaster would come. December 15, 1967, just a year after the first Mothman sighting, the Silver Bridge collapsed. 46 people lost their lives on that fateful day. People claimed that they saw Mothman flying in the sky. Even though the collapse was officially blamed on infrastructure, many people blamed Mothman. That's why they started calling him the Harbinger of Doom. You feel the bridge shake. What do? What's running through your head? The confusion, the fear? Well, now you can kind of understand. The mural behind me is a point of view as if you were on that bridge. Painted by Jesse Corliss, is painted in the exact spot where the bridge would have took off. A haunting tribute to those 46 people. This painting is the point of view and gives you that idea if you were sitting in a car right here.
The pre-Doom mural and the memorial plaque are located in the exact location the original bridge's on-ramp stood. The names of the victims are on the tiles around the plaque. Named the Silver Bridge for its aluminum paint, it crossed the Ohio River to connect Gallipolis, Ohio, and Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The bridge was built in 1928 and was the first bridge in America to be built with a heat-treated eye-bar chains instead of a woven wire cables. Officially, the collapse was caused by a fracture in a single eye-bar located in one of the suspension chains. The bridge designed where each critical link had only 2 eye-bars, meant that the failure of a single eye would lead to the failure of the entire link and subsequently the entire bridge. This would have been difficult to detect and therefore went unnoticed during the several inspections prior to the disaster. The disaster led to the establishment of a national bridge inspection program and significantly influenced bridge safety standards. The bridge collapsed on December 15th, 1967 at 4:58 p.m. during a heavy rush hour traffic. The tragedy resulted in 46 fatalities, with 2 bodies never being recovered. The Memorial Bridge runs over the Ohio River. The Bartow Jones Bridge runs over the Kanawha River. In the same picture, I can capture both rivers as the Kanawha runs into the Ohio. When you exit the Silver Memorial Bridge, you can get on the Bartow Jones Bridge that takes you straight into Point Pleasant. I captured various pictures and footages of these bridges and their rivers. The Silver Memorial Bridge was constructed 1 mile downstream and opened in 1969 on December 15th, exactly 2 years after the disaster of the first bridge. The new bridge, along with a memorial at the site of the original, stands as a remembrance of the 46 people who died in the 1967 collapse. The new bridge now connects Gallipolis, Ohio, and Henderson, West Virginia. Point Pleasant's native Rebecca Durst created this stunning mural just behind the People's Bank near the flood wall. This project was made possible via American Rescue Plans for Artists through the West Virginia Department of Arts. History Meets Mystery mural. I couldn't find any info about the mural. If anyone knows the artist, please let me know in the comments. This mural is called History Meets Mystery, and that's a very fitting name. While it's true I'm here mostly for the Mothman lore, there is much more to tell, between the Silver Bridge and Chief Cornstalk and much more, but we'll get to that in the next video.
So what is Mothman? A misidentified creature? A government mutation? The physical embodiment of Chief Cornstalk's curse? Or maybe, just maybe, a true, living cryptid?
You were taking care of and stuff. How's your...
The men in black are everywhere, and they are watching. The butt be
you're
very
on
shiny,
speakerphone right now.
even at
Everybody can hear you.
night. So my friend just brought up, because we were talking about how YouTube has a live Mothman statue cam. You can see people 24/7. Someone goes, yeah, I was kind of wondering what the camera was. It's with the men in black. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because they're always watching.